Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be making a video that I didn't think I actually would be making here this soon, but it's actually going to be about the state of RPLS and what's going to be happening here. So most of you that are watching this probably have already seen what has happened, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to get this video to everyone. I guess it will just be by word of mouth, but I did want to give one final note before anything, you know, was done entirely. I mean, I know I didn't really get to do that, but I would have liked to, and I'm just kind of having mixed opinions on, how it actually ended. So I'm going to be going over all of that here. So here we go. So Sunday, April 28th at around 4 p.m. Eastern time, I was talking to, Diamond, and as you may have known, he previously made his formal leave of absence just days before Sunday. So basically, I was speaking to him about everything that's going on. And, I sort of treat him as a mentor. I have problems sometimes with him. We argue sometimes. Plenty of you have seen that. But I still treated him like a mentor because he has exponentially helped me get this far with the community. And I don't think I would have been able to get this far if it weren't for him. Because in the beginning, when everything first started, he was sort of there to be the discipline to everyone. And back when we didn't have a Discord or anything, he would just always be there, making sure everything's running properly and all of that. But as time went on, as you guys may have seen, he took a huge break a few months ago as the new year came in, and he just sort of stopped caring as much about it as he used to, because he used to be really strict. And it's not something that we all really enjoyed, especially at the time where, if you were there for that long when we had the military in here with Reaper and all those other guys, that's a different story. But anyways, so when it came down to me having that conversation with him, he made me realize something that I should have realized sooner. And what I realized was, I was putting so many hours and days into this community all at once, and I didn't get any breaks. I didn't give myself breaks. I was constantly always working on something that had to do with the RP, whether that be recruiting people, whether that be, someone trying to do stuff to our community, and everything just sort of kept piling on top of each other. So I had to do something. I couldn't just sit there and let the community just rot by itself, because it wasn't gonna rot unless I let it rot. I'm gonna be entirely honest. If I was out doing something, I would have been on my phone, making sure whatever I could do, I would do on my phone, whether that be having to kick people from the server, whatever the case is, I would always do that. But Sunday was a busy day. In the morning, at least for me, since I had to go over at least 20 applications that we had coming in. And if you guys have filled out that application, you know that there's quite a few questions on there, and you got to double check yourself, make sure you're reading it correctly, because if you're not, you can make huge mistakes. And of course, everything sort of just happened really quickly after that. After I realized that, I didn't want to let go of the community, though, and I just sort of kept saying to myself, I'm not going to do it. Because in the end, actually, and before I start, stuttering a whole bunch, I wasn't actually the one that deleted the server. Since I didn't want to be the one that was going to delete the server, what I had done was I gave full ownership to Carter. I started giving him all the documents, all the resources, everything, because I was going to leave myself off as an admin originally, and I could have seen the community going somewhere. Diamond, of course, didn't see it going anywhere. He just wanted it to be a whole cancer fest. And I was really kind of disappointed with how he treated it, you know, given though everything that's been happening within the past couple of weeks. In his announcement of him leaving, he said that he was having problems with me actually, just being able to work with me, saying I cared, but I didn't actually care. And, it's just a tricky situation to get into. So I won't really get into too much of that. But after I had transferred the ownership over to Carter here, I heard that the server was going crazy. I had already been out by that time since Diamond was just sort of messing stuff up for me, and I wasn't really appreciating the way that he was handling it. Since he was just kind of urging me to do it the whole entire time. But I don't want it to make it seem like I was forced into doing it. I know people are telling me that he's bad news, he's just a horrible person for doing this, etc. But, I mean, it was going to happen one way or another, guys. Let's be real here. I wasn't going to be able to do this for forever, and I definitely did want to improve my life before the RP. I just couldn't put the RP in front of everything else for any longer. I mean, it was just going to happen. I don't know what else to say about that, but then the argument comes up, well, Devin, you could have just given it to someone else for a short period of time if you just wanted to take a break. Like I said earlier, I was giving myself no breaks. But the thing is, if I were to do that, it would have gone even more downhill, because the way that I was running it, I thank all the staff team, actually, obviously. They did help me out quite a bit, so I thank you guys for that. You know who you are. Rick, Carter, Silverado, everyone. Sorry if I forget your name, but anyways, so I didn't give it to anyone else, obviously, because it would have gone more downhill since I was the most active. I had the most time out of anyone on the team, in the Discord, anywhere. I was always available because I didn't have anything to do, and that's one of the reasons why I started up the server in the first place. I was thinking to myself in 2017, December 31st, there wasn't really a lot going on. I've had this channel for quite a few years now, but back then I was sort of done with it. Like, I wasn't entertained by the videos that I was making. I was just sort of out of it, because a lot of the people that I did like to watch on this platform, just were quitting or just doing something different, and it wasn't entertaining for me at the time. But I'm getting back into it, and obviously with the ending of the community, I'll probably be uploading a lot more on here. But getting back to the main point here and the focus, without going too far off topic, so obviously that, compromise was just out of the picture entirely. No one would have been able to do it, and I know that for a fact. But another thing that did happen at this time was, of course, me joining back into the server and all the corruption that was going on while this was all going on. So I would like to make this clear, actually, as well. So someone was trying to impersonate me while, the server was still up, but I didn't really pay close attention to that, and I didn't really care, quite frankly. But anyways, so when I had joined back, I had asked Carter for the ownership of the server once again, because I was in a predicament with Diamond here, and I had no choice. I won't get too much into that, because it was for personal reasons that I did have to give the ownership of the server to Diamond. But with all that out of the way, I did end up regaining the ownership, and I did give it to Diamond on one of his Discord accounts that he had in the server. And he had sort of taken it into his own hands and did whatever he wanted. And yeah, I was mad, obviously. I was not happy. I admitted that I was mad. And I didn't really need to be mad at that time, but the reason why I was mad is because of the way that it was happening. I didn't want it to go out the way that it happened, but it did, and there's nothing I can do about it now, so I might as well not even have any sort of thoughts on it. But I at least want to make this sort of contribute to it, because I feel like some people needed it, as I was getting a ton of DMs, especially when the server went down. So I guess as a final message to you guys as I, leave this video off, thank you all for being a part of this community, and it was nice rocking with you guys here on, the role-playing side of GTA, but, I'm definitely, learning something from this experience. It was a great experience, and I definitely did get something out of it, and I hope you guys did too. A lot of time went into this, so definitely if you're ever gonna start one of your own, then I would definitely suggest getting a bunch of people that first to get everything started, and definitely want to use people that are professional that or you'd be stuck in a situation that I was in. So let that be a learning experience for the rest of you if it wasn't already a learning experience in the first place. But yeah, and for those of you that were trying to recruit to other communities while this was all going on, I hope it was worth it, and I hope you did benefit from it, because I just definitely could not care less about the whole entire thing going on here, because there's nothing you can do, and there's nothing you can do but just smile and keep going on. But finally, I am going to be leaving it off here, so thank you guys for watching, and peace out.